Welcome to our deep dive, everyone. We're going to be looking at K-pop.
K-pop.
And you know how this South Korean music scene kind of went from like a local thing to like just this global powerhouse?
Yeah.
And we're going to be using Johan Williams Joslyn's thesis,
Okay.
the South Korean music industry, the rise and success of K-pop.
Wow.
Just packed with like all this really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's wild to think about like the timing
Yeah.
of when it all kind of like took off,
Yeah.
It was 2005.
Okay.
The global music industry is kind of like dealing with piracy.
Yeah.
The whole digital thing is kind of exploding. Like YouTube just launched.
Oh, yeah.
And then in South Korea, you have this like this fusion of tech and talent and, this like really smart marketing
Yeah.
that just like propels K-pop onto the world stage.
It's wild, and it's like K-pop is like one wave in this like
Yeah.
giant cultural tsunami.
It is.
Hallyu.
The Korean wave.
The Korean wave, and it like all started with those Korean dramas. Yeah.
Back in the late 90s.
Like captivating everybody.
Yeah.
Totally.
And it's like now it's everything.
It's food. It's fashion.
It's food.
Yeah. Fashion.
It's like South Korea is like sharing their unique blend of like
Yeah.
tradition and like modern stuff
Yeah.
with the whole world.
Totally. And the South Korean government was like
Yeah.
on top of that from the beginning.
Oh yeah, they recognize that power early on. And they use it as like a soft power strategy.
Like almost like their own national initiative.
Yeah.
To boost their economy.
It's strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Global image.
it's like Hollywood, but like a Korean twist.
Yeah.
There's this anecdote from Jocelyn's thesis
Okay.
back in the 90s.
Okay.
Policymakers, they noticed that like the box office earnings from Jurassic Park in South Korea
Okay.
equaled the revenue from exporting 1.5 million Hyundai cars.
Wow. So they were like, whoa.
Yeah.
Culture, that's where it's at.
It's like
Yeah.
big money.
So how successful has this like Hallyu strategy been?
Insanely successful.
Okay.
By 2014, it was generating an estimated like $11.6 billion
Wow.
in revenue.
That's huge.
Yeah. It's a testament to like
Yeah.
how strategic they've been
Yeah.
and like the global appeal of like Korean culture.
Okay, so Hallyu is like a big force.
Oh, yeah.
But let's like zoom in on K-pop itself.
Okay.
What are some of the things that like made it such a global success?
I think one of the big things is South Korea being a tech powerhouse.
Okay.
K-pop agencies, they adopted like the digital platforms early on,
Like so instead of using
especially YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, like instead of
Traditional labels.
like record labels and stuff.
They just went straight to digital.
Straight to digital.
Wow.
SM Entertainment.
Okay.
Probably the biggest K-pop agency.
Okay.
A lot of their revenue comes from online platforms.
Mm.
They realized early on that like digital was the future and they were ahead of everybody.
That's a really smart strategy.
Yeah.
But I imagine the government also had a role.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, did they like fund?
So the government wasn't like
Right.
directly producing K-pop,
Okay.
but they did create an environment where it could like thrive.
Like, what kind of support are we talking
Yeah. So like in the 90s,
Okay.
they relaxed the restrictions on foreign music,
Okay.
which allowed Korean artists to kind of like pull inspiration from global trends.
Okay. So they were like open to.
Yeah, especially Western pop.
Okay.
And like that openness really shaped the sound of K-pop.
Yeah.
They also implemented like strict copyright laws
Okay.
to fight piracy,
Makes sense.
which is like rampant.
Yeah.
There's a huge problem.
Yeah.
There's a protected intellectual property
Yeah.
and like really legitimized the Korean music industry
Yeah.
on a global scale.
Makes sense.
And we can't forget about like how the government actively promoted K-pop
Yeah.
through cultural events and like tourism
Yeah.
initiatives.
Smart.
They knew that like showcasing K-pop to the world
Yeah.
was good for everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It boosted their cultural influence in the economy.
Exactly.
But like, what about the music itself? Like, what makes it so appealing?
Yeah, so one of the key things is like cultural hybridity.
Okay.
K-pop blends Western musical elements with Korean aesthetics,
Okay.
and it creates this sound that's familiar and like
Yeah.
refreshingly different.
I can hear that. It's
Yeah.
like the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But how did they achieve that?
So K-pop agencies, they actively look for songwriters
Mm.
and producers from all over the world, especially Sweden
Yeah.
and other Scandinavian countries.
Okay, so they're not afraid to just like
No, they want the best.
bring in outside talent.
Yeah, they want that magic formula.
Yeah.
that blends American beats with Scandinavian songwriting.
And that results in like
It results in those catchy, danceable K-pop hits.
Yeah.
Like, irresistible.
Now, but why Scandinavian producers?
So according to Jolin's thesis,
Okay.
Scandinavian producers are really drawn to the Korean work ethic
Okay.
and like the clear direction that they get from the K-pop agencies.
So it's like mutually beneficial.
It is.
Yeah.
Scandinavian producers, they get to work in like this really dynamic
Yeah.
and supportive environment.
And the agencies get.
And K-pop agencies get access to top-tier talent.
Yeah.
And then there's another thing.
Okay.
Scandinavian songwriters and producers see Asia, and especially China,
Okay.
as like this massive market,
Like
untapped,
huge growth.
huge growth potential.
Yeah.
They want to be a part of K-pop
Yeah.
as it kind of like rise into these new territories.
So they're not just looking at like the current market.
No, they're thinking long-term.
They're thinking future.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about technology, government support,
Yeah.
cultural hybridity.
Uh-huh.
Anything else that we should
Mention.
We can't forget about the Korean diaspora.
Oh, yeah.
Millions of Koreans living abroad.
Yeah.
They created like an initial international audience for K-pop.
Like built-in ambassadors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they helped to spread the music organically through word of mouth and online communities.
It's like grassroots marketing.
Yeah, it is.
At its finest.
Grassroots marketing.
But I imagine there's more to it than just like
Oh, yeah.
diaspora and catchy tunes.
K-pop's success
Yeah.
is also because of like
Ah.
a really carefully crafted marketing strategy,
Huh?
unlike anything else in the music industry.
That's what we're here to like.
Yeah, it's a fascinating blend of like global ambition and meticulous attention to detail.
Okay, so let's dive into that.
Right?
Like, what's so unique about the Korean marketing playbook?
One thing is their willingness to outsource talent.
Okay.
We talked about it with like the Scandinavian songwriters.
Yeah.
But it goes way beyond that.
Okay.
They want the best talent.
No matter where they're from to create that K-pop sound.
So they're not limited by like where people are from.
No, not at all.
Wow.
It's a global approach. Like SM Entertainment.
Yeah.
They're very specific.
Yeah.
They want that blend of American beats and Scandinavian songwriting.
Smart.
Yeah, and it creates that hybrid sound
Yeah.
that's familiar and fresh
Yeah.
to international audiences.
And it's not just the music itself.
No,
It's like the whole package.
just the whole package.
Yeah.
It's like cultural technology.
Cultural technology.
Right? Yeah.
Tell me more.
It's everything from like talent development to like managing your image. It was pioneered by SM Entertainment.
Okay.
And it's built around this really rigorous training program.
Okay.
Like unlike anything else in the music industry.
Like how young are we talking?
So imagine aspiring K-pop stars.
Yeah.
Some as young as like 11 or 12.
Wow.
They get recruited,
Yeah.
signed to these long-term contracts. And then they go through this intensive training.
Like what kind of training?
They hone their vocal skills,
Okay.
dance skills,
Yeah.
language lessons,
Yeah.
image makeovers.
That's intense.
Yeah. It's like a K-pop boot camp
Yeah.
where they're molded into these performers from a young age.
But is that level of control like ethical?
It's a complex issue
Yeah.
with valid arguments on both sides.
Yeah.
K-pop agencies say that it's necessary
Yeah.
to create world-class performers who can compete globally.
Yeah.
They invest a lot in their talent.
Yeah.
They provide them with top-notch training,
Yeah.
housing support staff.
Yeah.
So they expect a return on that investment.
So it's high stakes, high reward.
Yeah, it is.
But let's talk about the focus on groups rather than solo artists.
Okay.
Why is that?
It's a really smart strategy
Okay.
with multiple benefits.
Okay.
First, it lets them target diverse markets.
Like,
So at the same time.
okay.
So for example, SM Entertainment's group,
Cool.
EXO,
Okay.
has subunits that perform in Korean and Mandarin.
So they're covering more ground,
Yeah.
appealing to more people
Yeah.
by offering different language options.
Yeah, and it's not just about language.
Okay.
By having multiple members,
Yeah.
they can show off a wider range of talent and appeal to different fan preferences.
So it's like casting a wider net,
It is.
ensuring there's something for everyone.
Exactly.
And if a member goes solo,
The group can adapt
yeah,
and keep going.
and keep the fan base.
Exactly.
That's really smart.
It's strategic.
Minimizes
It minimizes risk.
maximizes appeal.
Maximizes appeal.
And then there's like the iconic music videos.
Oh, yeah.
They're like works of art.
They are.
They are.
The sets, the costumes.
The dancing.
It's also visually captivating.
Yeah, and that's a crucial part of their global appeal.
It is.
Music's not just like an auditory experience anymore.
Oh, it's visual, too.
It's visual.
Yeah.
And those music videos.
They're designed to go viral.
Yeah.
Spread K-pop fever across the internet.
Capture the imagination.
Exactly.
It's like they're mini movies.
Yeah.
Telling a story.
Each one.
Yeah.
It's like a spectacle.
Showcasing the talent.
Yeah.
And the personality.
Absolutely.
But not just promoting a song, they're creating a whole world.
Whole world.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah. Think about all the views they get.
Millions of views.
All the dance covers.
Yeah, the fan-made dance covers.
Yeah.
The online discussions.
Yeah, it's a testament to like the power of visual storytelling in like this digital age.
The digital age.
Okay, so we've covered technology,
Yeah.
government support,
Uh-huh.
cultural hybridity.
Yes.
The Korean diaspora.
Yeah.
Those amazing music videos.
Yeah.
What else is there?
So one of the most interesting things is like how they control the image and personal lives of these idols.
Yeah.
Like meticulously.
So they're not just singers and dancers.
Yeah.
They're like...
They're brands.
Yes.
Carefully crafted brands.
Yeah.
It's about maintaining that perfect image, fueling those fantasies.
Yeah.
Creating a connection.
That would be unheard of in like Western music.
Yeah, Western pop stars.
They thrive on controversy.
Yeah, they push boundaries.
Yeah.
K-pop idols.
Whoa.
They have to have this squeaky clean image.
Yeah, it's almost like they're embodying like
They are,
a set of societal values.
but the very different cultural approach.
Yeah.
The focus is on creating idols who are seen as flawless.
Yeah.
Both in terms of their talent and their personal lives. They're role models.
Yeah.
They're aspirational.
Yeah.
They represent this idealized version of youth and beauty.
So it's like a contrast.
It is.
Western pop stars.
Yeah.
They're like rebels. They push boundaries.
Yeah.
K-pop idols are like...
They embody the system.
Yeah.
They represent like the best of their culture.
It's a different kind of star power.
Yeah, it is.
And it's effective in building a loyal fan base.
So it's incredibly effective.
Yeah.
Fans see these idols as relatable, but aspirational.
Yeah.
Talented, but humble.
Yeah.
And they want to support them.
Yeah, it's a formula for fan engagement.
Yeah.
That's like super effective.
Oh, yeah, and kind of perplexing.
Yeah, to those outside of K-pop.
Yeah.
But we haven't even talked about like their global market entry strategies, their revenue.
Revenue diversification,
Yeah.
their business model.
There's so much more to uncover.
We're just getting started.
Ugh.
There's a lot more to explore.
Well, I'm hooked.
Good.
I want to learn more.
All right.
Let's continue this journey in part 2.
Sounds good.
Okay. Welcome back to our K-pop deep dive. We were talking about like this cultural technology
Yeah.
and how they like craft the image of the idols.
It's impressive and kind of unsettling.
Yeah, it's a lot of control.
Yeah, a stark contrast to like Western pop culture.
Right. It's like they're creating these perfect figures.
Yeah.
But how does that play out in practice?
Okay, so imagine
Yeah.
aspiring K-pop stars,
Yeah.
like really young.
Yeah.
They sign these long-term contracts,
How long are we talking?
sometimes over a decade.
A decade. That's a huge commitment,
It is.
especially when you're like so young.
And then they enter this like
Yeah.
highly structured world.
Okay.
They live in dorms.
Okay.
They go to classes every day. And there are strict rules about everything.
Like what kind of rules?
Diet,
Okay.
exercise,
Yeah.
social media, dating.
Wow.
It's like K-pop Hogwarts.
It is like a K-pop Hogwarts.
They're totally immersed in
Yeah.
the system.
But is that much control necessary?
That's like a common criticism.
Yeah.
Some people say it creates like cookie cutter idols who aren't authentic.
Right.
But the agencies say that it's essential
Okay.
for developing the skills and the discipline and the professionalism
Yeah.
to make it in such a competitive industry.
So it's like they're gaining skills,
Yeah.
but losing freedom.
It's a trade-off
It is.
for sure.
Yeah.
There's no easy answer.
But what are the music?
Oh, yeah.
What makes that K-pop sound?
It's a mix of global and local influences.
Hmm.
Like they borrow from Western pop music,
Yeah.
especially American pop and Scandinavian songwriting,
Mhm.
but they also use traditional Korean musical elements.
So it's like a blend.
It's a unique K-pop blend.
Yeah, but what makes it stand out?
Catchy hooks,
Okay.
melodies.
Yeah.
Those are like the hallmarks.
Okay.
K-pop songs are meant to be memorable and get stuck in your head.
Yeah, they do.
They often have strong Vocal harmonies,
Yeah.
soaring choruses,
Yeah.
driving beat that makes you want to move.
I can attest to that.
Yeah,
I get those songs stuck in my head.
they're like ear candy.
They are.
Yeah.
But what about the lyrics?
Okay, so most K-pop songs
Yeah.
are mainly in Korean,
Okay.
but they sprinkle in English phrases,
Okay.
sometimes whole verses.
So they're making it more accessible.
Yeah, it adds to the global appeal
Yeah.
without losing that Korean identity.
It's smart.
Yeah.
But you mentioned dance moves.
Oh, yeah.
How important is choreography?
It's super
Oh,
important.
wait.
K-pop is as much about the visual
Yeah.
as the music.
Yeah.
The dance routines are super intricate,
Okay.
synchronized,
Mm.
complex formations,
Yeah.
eye-catching moves.
It's like a live action music video.
It is.
But how do they get so precise?
It's all that training.
Oh, right.
Yeah, dance is a huge part.
Yeah.
Trainees spend hours and hours
Wow.
perfecting their moves.
Making sure they're in sync.
Exactly.
So it's not just talent.
It's teamwork.
Yeah.
It's a commitment to excellence.
A different dynamic.
It is.
Yeah.
Than Western pop music.
Yeah. And it's not just technical skill.
No.
The choreography tells a story.
Yeah, adds meaning.
It does. It's
Yeah.
another layer. It's so captivating.
And speaking of captivating,
The music videos.
the music videos.
They're so visually appealing.
Oh, they're a feast.
The colors, the outfits, the sets.
Mini movies
Yeah.
with a K-pop soundtrack.
And they're a key part of the marketing.
Yeah, they're designed to go viral.
Spread that K-pop fever.
Exactly.
It's a world you want to be a part of.
It is.
But how do these agencies make money?
That's a great question.
Like, especially with streaming services? Like,
Yeah.
how do they make money?
They've diversified
Okay.
their revenue streams.
So it's not just albums and downloads anymore.
Nope.
So how do they make money?
Concerts and fan meetings.
Okay.
Huge moneymakers,
Yeah.
especially internationally.
K-pop fans are dedicated.
Oh, yeah.
They'll travel.
They will.
See their idols.
They'll spend money to see them.
Yeah. It's like an experience.
It is.
To connect with the idols.
Yeah.
Be part of the community.
It's like a pilgrimage
It is.
for K-pop fans.
And then there's merch.
Oh, I know.
T-shirts, posters, light sticks, photo books.
Everything.
They've turned fandom into a business.
They have.
It's smart.
It is.
You build brand loyalty.
Uh-huh.
You make money.
And that's where SM Entertainment's 360-degree business strategy comes in.
360-degree business strategy.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Okay, so they're leveraging
Yeah.
their idols' popularity
Oh.
to expand into other industries.
Okay.
They're not just music.
Okay.
They're entertainment,
Hmm.
TV shows,
Okay.
movies,
Yeah.
endorsements,
Hmm.
even gaming and travel agencies.
So they've created this K-pop universe.
Yeah, they have.
And the fans are the citizens?
Yeah, and the idols are the stars.
That's a brilliant strategy
Yeah.
to maximize reach
Yeah.
and earning potential.
Absolutely.
But what about their global market entry strategies?
Okay, so they're really strategic,
Yeah.
multi-pronged approach. One method is direct exportation,
Okay.
sending established groups abroad.
So it's like a K-pop invasion,
It is.
bringing the music to the fans.
Yeah, but they also know
Yeah.
they need to partner
Yeah.
with local companies
Hmm.
to tap into those networks
Okay.
and expertise.
So like they did that with Alibaba
Exactly.
in China.
Yeah.
Smart.
It gives them access to a huge distribution network
Yeah.
and people who understand the Chinese market.
So it's like they're saying we need help
We do.
to navigate these new markets.
We need local partners.
Yeah. It's a humble but effective approach.
It is.
And they're also good at licensing
Oh, yeah.
their music and branding.
Yeah, they let local entities
Okay.
use their intellectual property.
To reach bigger audiences.
Exactly.
It's like a global chess game. They're
But
making strategic moves
strategic moves.
to capture markets.
They've been really successful in Japan.
Yeah. How did they do that?
K-pop concerts sell out stadiums. Korean idols are huge celebrities there.
So their approach is different
Yeah, it varies.
for different markets.
They're adaptable.
Okay.
They tailor their strategies.
To fit each region.
Yeah, like their success in Japan
Okay.
is partly because they embraced
Yeah.
Japanese culture.
Okay.
They have idols who speak Japanese.
Wow.
They release music for the Japanese market.
Hmm.
They collaborate
Mm.
with Japanese artists.
So it's not just exporting K-pop.
No.
It's understanding the local audience.
Yeah,
It's cultural diplomacy.
it is.
But their approach to the West has been different.
It has.
They've had success, but it's been slower.
Yeah,
Why is that?
that's a tough question.
Yeah.
There are probably a lot of reasons.
Hmm.
Some critics say that like the manufactured nature
Hmm.
of K-pop
Hmm.
doesn't really connect with Western audiences
Yeah.
who are used to, like,
Yeah.
more individuality.
Maybe like rebellion.
Yeah, that squeaky clean image
Yeah.
might seem inauthentic to Western audiences.
Yeah.
And there's the language barrier.
Yeah, most of it's in Korean.
Right.
Yeah, you can enjoy the melody,
Yeah.
but you might not connect with the lyrics.
If you don't speak Korean,
Right.
it's hard to understand the message.
Yeah. But I'm optimistic
Yeah.
about K-pop in the West.
Me too.
Do you think it could be mainstream?
I think it could.
Okay.
It has all the ingredients.
Yeah.
Catchy music.
Yeah.
Great visuals.
Yeah.
Passionate fans.
Yeah.
Smart marketing.
Mm.
But they might have to adjust a little
Oh,
to
yeah.
appeal to Western tastes.
Without losing the K-pop identity.
Right. It's a balance.
It is.
But I think they can do it.
Yeah, they've been adaptable.
Yeah.
Innovative.
Yeah. They're not afraid to experiment.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
We will.
I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Me too.
But for now, we're going to take a break.
Yeah.
When we come back,
Yeah.
we'll look at some of the criticisms and controversy surrounding K-pop and what it means for its global rise.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our K-pop deep dive.
Yeah.
We've talked about how K-pop went global and, like, all the smart marketing behind it.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
But like every big cultural thing,
Right.
there's always more to the story.
Absolutely. There are definitely criticisms
Okay.
and controversies.
Yeah, let's talk about those.
Okay.
So one of the big ones is that pressure on K-pop idols.
Yeah, like that cultural
And
technology.
when training,
Yeah.
the control,
Yeah, but it seems like there's a downside.
there are definitely concerns
Yeah.
about exploitation. Those crazy schedules,
Yeah.
the contracts,
Yeah.
people always watch their every move.
It's got to be tough.
It takes a toll.
Yeah.
There are a lot of reports of idols
Yeah.
struggling with burnout,
Yeah.
anxiety, depression.
Yeah. It's sad to hear that.
It is.
Like behind all the glamour,
Right.
there are real people dealing with a lot of pressure.
And there have been tragic cases
Yeah.
of K-pop stars taking their own lives.
It's awful.
It's a reminder that mental health matters.
It does.
The industry needs to pay attention to that.
They need to find a better balance between success and well-being.
They need to prioritize mental health.
Yeah, it's got to be as important as
Absolutely.
vocal training or dance practice.
It has to be.
Another thing is the lack of creative freedom.
Yeah, we talked about how agencies control their image,
Yeah.
but they also control their music.
So they don't really have a say
Not always.
in their music
Not in the beginning.
or their style.
It's all about what the agencies think will sell.
So they're kind of like cogs in a machine,
Right.
not expressing their own creativity.
Kind of.
Not expressing their own creativity.
But there are exceptions.
Okay.
Some idols have more control,
Okay.
especially those who've been around for a while.
Yeah.
They might write songs,
Mm.
help with their style,
Mm.
even start their own labels.
So there's hope for those who want more control.
There is.
But it's probably a tough fight.
It's not easy.
Yeah. Especially for new artists.
Yeah, it takes time and dedication.
Yeah. And luck.
And luck.
Yeah.
But the industry is changing.
Oh.
People are realizing that individuality is good.
It can make them more appealing
Yeah,
to fans.
absolutely.
That's good to hear.
It is.
We also have to talk about cultural appropriation.
Right.
K-pop has been criticized for borrowing from Black and hip-hop culture.
Yes, sometimes without giving credit.
It's important to be respectful
It is.
and acknowledge where things come from.
To understand the context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they responded to these criticisms?
There's definitely more awareness now.
Okay.
Some agencies are trying to be more sensitive.
Okay.
They're working with Black artists
Okay.
and producers,
Yeah.
doing cultural exchange programs,
Mm.
educating their idols.
That's good.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a conversation that needs to keep happening.
It does.
It's about more than just avoiding appropriation.
Yeah, it's about appreciating
Yeah.
different cultures
Finding ways to include them in K-pop.
in a way that's authentic.
Yeah, and respectful.
Exactly.
So we've talked about the pressure,
No.
the lack of creative freedom,
Yeah.
the cultural appropriation issues.
It's important to talk about these things.
It is.
They're serious issues.
Yeah, but K-pop has had a huge impact globally.
It has.
It's more than just entertainment, right?
It's way more than entertainment.
Okay.
It's a powerful tool
Yeah,
for soft power.
like it's promoting Korean culture
It is.
to the world.
Yeah, it's introducing people to
Korean language,
Korean language,
food,
fashion,
beauty standard.
even booty stand.
It's like a cultural ambassador,
It is.
and it's been successful.
Incredibly successful.
Yeah, like tourism to South Korea has exploded.
It has.
And their global image has improved.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how pop culture can change things.
It's powerful.
But what about cultural homogenization?
That's a valid concern.
Like, could K-pop overshadow other cultures?
It's possible.
Yeah.
As K-pop grows,
Yeah.
there's a risk of things becoming too similar.
So it's a balance.
It is.
We want to celebrate Korean culture,
Yeah.
but we don't want to erase other cultures.
Diversity is important.
Yeah. So where does K-pop go from here?
It's a force to be reckoned with.
It is?
It's dynamic. It's evolving.
Yeah. It has a global fan base.
It does.
And a huge cultural impact.
But its future depends on how it handles these challenges.
Yeah, like the criticisms.
The criticisms.
Yeah.
It needs to adapt.
Yeah.
And find a way to balance success
Yeah.
with integrity and sensitivity.
It's a fascinating journey.
It is.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Me too. K-pop shows the power of music and culture to connect people.
It's a story of ambition.
Yeah.
Creativity.
And global dreams.
Yeah. And with that, we've come to the end of our K-pop deep dive.
We've covered a lot.
From its rise to the challenges.
The marketing.
Yeah. The cultural influences.
The controversies.
But it's up to us
Yeah.
to keep exploring.
To keep listening.
We keep talking about
The role of music and culture.
in our world.
Our interconnected world.
Thanks for joining us.
We hope you learned something.
Keep exploring.
Keep learning.
And keep listening to K-pop.